Hello everyone. Hello. All right, so we are here. I am here. Oh, should have moved my chair a little bit. Hi everybody. Welcome. Luba Carlson's here. I teach on YouTube. I teach beginner-friendly and budget-friendly painting. And the way I do it budget-friendly is by sticking to certain colors. I will talk about it a little bit more. I'm very excited about this one. It is so sunny and cheery. It's going to be fun to paint. So say hello. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Cheryl. Hello, Linda and Virginia. So happy you guys are back here. Okay, I'm just going to assume that you guys can hear me well, loud and clear, right? Just asking just in case, because if not, then we have a problem, right? Okay, so we're painting acrylics, and we're gonna need some colors. So I'm going to use, let me pull it out. So there's warm yellow or primary yellow, lemon yellow. I'm gonna use white and black, white and black, and that's pretty much it. But we need burnt sienna. And if you do not have burnt sienna, then we will need to mix your own brown, which would be orange mixed with blue. And so orange mixed with green. And so for that, we're gonna also need red and blue colors. Okay, does it make sense? So, okay, great to know that everybody can hear me. Let me know where you're from. And just let's get to this, right? So I'm gonna use my flat brushes. So this one is probably like 3/4 inch. It just had a bath, so it's a little bit dripping. So that's a 3/4 inch. That's not a quarter, but it's not a half, you know, kind of a medium and a small, I guess. And a small round brush for detailing. Hello, Brian. Brian is from Iowa. Welcome. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna put some paint on my palette and we're gonna start. So here goes some white. Here goes some lemon yellow. Some primary yellow. And a little bit of black. You're not gonna need much of black on the side. That's pretty much all we need. Hey Johnny. Cape Coral, Florida. Is it warm there? Okay, so here's my reference. Here's my, what's it called? Shameless plug, right? Like and subscribe, please. This is YouTube. And it costs nothing to you, but it helps me grow. So I would really appreciate if you could do that. And we're gonna start with painting the background. I'm working on acrylic paper. Yes, it is warm. Oh, nice. I'm working on acrylic paper, so my paper can get a little bit warped. It's okay. It just dries out and it gets to the nice shade as always and flat and all of that. If you're working on canvas, either grab like a small spray bottle maybe or just put some water on your brush, get a damp brush and just brush some water on your on your canvas. BC says, feed the algorithm, right? Feed the algorithm. Let them know that what we're doing is good stuff and we need more people painting and doing art, right? So yes, let's feed them. Put more comments, more likes on here. Tell me what you think, right? Okay, so I have my large flat brush and I'm just gonna grab some lemon yellow and I am just going to apply it to my paper or painting surface or canvas, whatever it is, pretty randomly. I'm gonna leave some white, okay? So I want to cover maybe 2/3 of my paper here. And as you see, I just flip my brush back and forth and just move it around. Just move, 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 move. And we need to cover pretty much this whole canvas with this. So this is our background. It doesn't need to be anything specific. Okay. So at this point, hi Cheryl from Lee Summit. Is it Montana? And now I'm grabbing some of this primary yellow and I'm just gonna add. The point is not to blend in, but just to add strokes. So this is like, this is the leaves in the background of this aspen forest that we're painting. So just try to relax your wrist and just put some color on your paper. Also allow some white there, just a little bit. If you leave a little bit of white there, it's okay. Just don't leave a whole lot of it, okay? All right, I like to make sure that on the perimeter, I do not have a lot of white. So I'm just going back and taking care of that so that when I take my tape off, it looks like a finished painting. This painting is super easy, super easy. Okay, so step one is done. And you're gonna want to clean your brush. And if you have a blow dryer, use your blow dryer to dry this up. I'm going to mute myself for just a minute to use the blow dryer. All right. Hi, Angie. So for your next step, if you have burnt sienna, you can just use that. Just use burnt sienna. But if you need to mix your color, you can mix some orange with green. And sometimes it takes a little bit more of red to mix in your, to mix it right so that it's brown. So I'm using burnt sienna or any brown for that matter, whatever brown you have. And I'm gonna use my liner brush, my round brush or detail brush. I'm gonna grab some of this burnt sienna and we're gonna create background branches that we can see that pull through the forest that are behind the trees. Okay, so I'm gonna start on my left hand side top corner, and as I'm dragging my brush across the canvas, I am going to twirl the brush in my hand as I move it. See how I move my hand so the brush turns? Yeah, so I'm gonna do that as I move the brush. So to make this easier, you wanna grab the brush closer to the other side, to the wrong end. Okay, so that lets you have more flexibility with where the brush goes. If you are right here, you can't move much. Okay, so you wanna be on this side. So you start here and you just drag it and in and up. And so there is a small branch. Do not worry about making them perfect because most of these branches are gonna get covered with even more color, but we still need them. They're like little ghosts, little ghosts that are sitting there and being useful, right? So again, to the end of the brush, kind of halfway through this branch, and again, twirl. And there we go. Chestnut for brown sounds good, Angie. And now I'm gonna add more coming from the right side and going up. Doesn't have to go through the whole canvas, right? Just enough to show that it's a branch. And maybe somewhere a couple inches up, just add another branch. And now I'm gonna move down here and add another, maybe one more. Maybe one coming over here, and maybe something coming from here. Okay. Also, maybe there are some those, they're not trees, they're like brushes or bushes, and they just kind of go up somewhere in the background, right? So you can add that also, and they will show as a tree. Yeah. Angie's asking me if that's a pencil brush or a liner brush. I don't know what you mean. This is a round brush, Angie. It's a round brush. If it helps, it's number one. Okay, clean your brush. Now we want this to dry. We do not want to pull any colors with that. So again, I'm gonna mute myself for just a minute. Okay. Angie, I'm not sure what you're asking. Round like a mop. Here, this is what it looks like. It's a round brush. Okay. I don't know. I don't know what you're referring to here. Okay, so next step is we're gonna paint the background trunks, and those are bigger, okay? They're like more mature trees. So I like to use my palette knife to mix paint. If you have one, it makes it a little bit less messy and it saves some paint and the brush. But if you do not have one, just use your brush to mix your paint. It's fine. No big deal. Okay. You're welcome, Angie. So for the trunks to start with, we're gonna need a like good amount of white. So I'm just gonna scoop a good amount. I still want some white left. And I'm gonna mix this with lemon yellow. Pretty much almost 1-to-1 ratio. So I have as much yellow as I have white here. So we're gonna get very pale yellow. You know what it reminds me of? When you beat your egg yolks with sugar for a couple of minutes on high speed. That's the color that you get if you're using like regular store-bought eggs. Okay, and now we're gonna grab a dot of black and just add it directly to this yellow. And we want to mix it very, very well, and we want to make sure that it's not too dark. As I'm looking at it, I think I made mine touch too dark. Or maybe not. No, it's fine. It's good. So this is what I have here. Let's wipe this off so it doesn't dry up like that. Down. And I'm gonna use my white brush, my big flat, load on this yellow, gray, white mixture. And I'm going to paint my first tree. And I'm gonna go right here. It's gonna go all the way from the bottom of my painting to the top, or from the top to the bottom, whichever way you prefer. You do not want it completely straight, okay? So I'm just gonna start at the top and kind of let it take the space, and then go back, and then add some more paint, and allow some part of this trunk to be maybe wider, maybe narrower, maybe something is a little bit curvy, looking natural. Oh boy. All right. Okay, just block them. Bye. Okay, so now we're gonna do another one. And so like the first one is up and down, right? And the next one, I want you to give it a little bit of a curve to the right. Not too much of a curve, because we do not want it to be like a bow, right? But you still want to have a little bit of a curve. Just let it be, again, let it be natural. Put it close enough to the other one and just kind of move it to the side a little bit. So we're just setting up the place for our trees. Okay, so we have two. Now the next one, we're gonna put it a little bit farther in, and we're gonna let it kind of lean a little bit closer to the second tree. Oh, I didn't put it much farther away. Oh, we'll just make it bigger. And lean, lean, lean. Let it lean. Right. Well, I almost have room for two more. I don't know, depending on your size and the size of your canvas, the size of your painting brush. Decide what you're gonna do and what you're gonna paint and add. I am going to put one more tree leaning more drastically to the right. Just like that. Okay. And now we're gonna add the trees that are, the trunks are a little bit smaller. So I'm gonna clean up this brush and I'm gonna switch over to the smaller brush. Small flat. And we're gonna do it the same way, except for your smaller trees can really like go across the bigger one, overlapping because they're closer to the viewer. So here's my smaller tree here, and I'm gonna let it go that way. And I just, yeah, you can see it. I just thought maybe you couldn't. And just in case, just to make it maybe a little bit easier for you to see, I just added a little touch of white to my brush so that it's easier for you to see what I'm doing. So there's another. And the problem with this is, the only one problem is that the more you try to like make it better, the wider the trunk gets. So you really need to stop at some point. Stop fixing it, yeah? So let's grab some more paint, and I'm gonna put a tree over here that will go on that side. Just a small tree goes right here. Okay, that holds a good spot. And I want one more tree over here, but it will be coming from the behind of this one. Does it make sense? Hi, Catherine. So I'm just going to put it in, and then I'll deal with the situation. Then we'll deal with what goes on top of what. Okay. I think it looks better now. It's a little bit more balanced. So just look at your painting and like decide for yourself if the amount of trunks that you have here, if it's balanced for your eye, if you like this. Okay, and while we're doing this, we can just use the same messy brush and grab white, just white on that brush, and we're gonna paint the big trunks that go in the background. Just one coat of white. There we go. And you will notice as your white is starting to dry, you will notice that it's picking a little bit of this greenish, yellowish, yeah, color that we put in. So it's not just flat white, it has something to it. It has some body to it. Okay, now let's paint this other. If you have any questions about that, put them, just drop them in the chat. And also let me know in the chat how the trees are going. Say something like doing good or struggling or love it or not sure what's happening. Whatever's happening, let me know. Okay, so here's this body here, this tree. Are those two your paintings joined at the trunk? No, they're not joined. This tree over here, the one goes across like here, it's in front of this tree, but it doesn't look like it right now because I painted this one and that one sits in the back. I see trees covering branches. Are branches to look like they're chipping off from the trees? The branches are kind of showing in between the leaves. So there's all these leaves and the branches are kind of showing through. Whoops, I grabbed the wrong tree. It'll work. It's fine. I'm just gonna switch to the big one and then finish that one that I just started on. That's not the tree that I wanted to do first. Or is it? Hold on, let me think. Yeah, it is. Whoopsie. Okay. It's all about deciding which tree I want in the front and which tree I want to have behind that other tree. So I want this tree in the front, and then this tree will go behind this one. Linda and Virginia just watching. Okay, no big deal. And Angie's watching. And Cindy is just watching, finishing putting her advent calendar together. Woohoo! Yay! Nice, nice. Catherine also is just watching. We'll be painting next week. Nice. Very good. I'm glad. I'm glad you're with me. I really appreciate you guys watching it. Thanks for keeping me company. Okay, so now I'm painting the tree that goes in front of the other trees. Okay, and now I'm gonna paint this tree which goes in front of that tree, which is why the paint goes right on top of that. I need a little bit more white. All right. Okay. Here we are. Whoa, that was a little bit too far. Okay. All right, let's wash the brush. Let me grab my baby wipes real quick. Just clean out my fingers. Of course, I used my fingers to clean up. Okay. All right. All right. So we're sticking with that same small brush. Okay, flat. With a flat brush. Okay. And now this flat brush is gonna grab some of this lemon yellow. Okay. And we're going to start applying this lemon yellow to the right side of the trunk. And you're going to start going like this and working it in real good. You really want to blend it in. And what you do not want is you do not want to cover the whole tree trunk. Yeah, but there is really no rhyme or reason. Like you cannot just divide it in half and paint a half of it. You really need to look at this and move it around. Okay? And just blend it in. Don't worry about it if it goes on the other tree. It's all good. Okay, all right. And now we're going to do the next tree. So this tree sits on top of that other, kind of, right in front of it. So we're going to do that one first. Just, if this is helpful, grab some paint on your brush and kind of follow the trunk line right here. So you can see where to apply the yellow. See, now I have the line. So because there is a lot of yellow in this painting, a lot of sunny, juicy, bright yellow, right? Because it's a sunny day, all this yellow is reflecting off of the white bark of the trees. And I don't know if they're aspen trees or if they're birch trees. I kind of thought they were birch trees for myself. I think aspens are a little bit different. But when you're just looking at the trunks and the sea of yellow leaves, I think it's kind of, you know, it is what it is, right? Yeah, an outline of the 3 inch. No, my white is almost dry. We're just going from left to right, left to right, left to right. And by the time we get back to the left, it's all dry. So we can do this again. So here is the next tree. So you just literally just keep repeating the same thing for every trunk. But what you want to make sure is that you're not adding, like that you will stop, right? So that your yellow here doesn't go through the trunk of the other tree. So you kind of need to be mindful about that. Yeah. And also you need to keep going at the same angle. Okay, so this tree is behind. So let me see. Can't see it, can't see it, can't see it. There's still a trunk. Can't see any yellow. Can't see. Okay, so like about here, some yellow will start showing up from this other tree. See what happened? Yeah, and now we can exactly see which tree is behind and which one is in the front. Okay? Okay, let's move on to the next one. This one should be easy. There's nothing, no crossing. It's right there. Not make it even, make it play. All right. Okay, the next one. Let's see. This one sits in front of that one. So I am just going to take care of this whole trunk. Yeah, outline it for myself to see where the trunk is. It's right here. Just help myself with lines and colors a little bit. And just add. Okay. Now this tree sits in front of that one. So I'm just going to draw this line right here, right across, right here, right? And just do that side. If you mess up a little bit, no big deal. Grab either like a damp paper towel or a baby wipe and you can just wipe it right off. As long as you did it on dry acrylic, you'll be fine. It will wipe right off and you don't need to worry about it. Okay, and now this tree is leaning towards to the right, right? So my shading is gonna go in this direction. Can you see it? Yeah. So I'm still gonna have it, but I'm gonna make sure that the direction works with the way the tree is leaning. Okay, and so here's my shaded part, and now this part gets covered by the other tree, still covered, and it's back at around here. So sometimes it's helpful to turn the painting so that your hand can go directly in this direction, like you just keep doing the same thing you've been doing. You just change the angle of your painting. Okay, and then this trunk is hiding behind the other one, so I'm just gonna finish this over here. And that's it. Gonna wipe the brush on a paper towel, and now I'm gonna grab some white. And we're doing the same thing, but on the opposite side of each trunk with white. Just blending it in, just taking it in there. And in some spots, you can take it through the whole, like across the whole trunk. And some spots, just a little bit, that we are making this white. Okay? And once your white is dry, it will not be white because it will take the color from the tree trunk, from the yellow, so it won't be that flat white, but it'll still be lighter. Okay, so I'm just applying some white like this, and then coming back and kind of blending it in. Okay, so I'm just gonna lift this up to see how it all blends in together. Yeah. So your yellow is pretty much dry now, so it won't blend, right? But it's still, colors are still playing together nicely. That's the tree that's in the front. Okay, so Angie's asking me, I noticed you're not rinsing brush between colors. Is that why three different shades of blends? So I am not rinsing the brush between colors because I'm working with light yellow and white. So they are not, and I am doing everything right now in white and light yellow. So they're really working together. And the shades are happening because we put the background color on our trees. Remember, there was a little bit of black on there in that mix that we made. And so now that mix is creating all of this. That's the background that we made. That's doing all the interesting colors here. And we're just adding a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and things are changing for us. Okay? You're welcome. Okay, so look, we do not want our trunks to be like super bright yellow, yeah? So this is what we're doing. This is what we did first, and now we're kind of muting it a little bit so that they're not bright yellow because they're not yellow, they're really white. So I'll just keep going. That was a whole lot of paint on my brush. I'll have to pick this up, blend it in. There we go. Okay. All right. Okay, I have one left. Let me know if you're painting. Let me know how you're doing. I'm gonna sneeze, sorry. Or not. We'll see. Maybe I'm not gonna sneeze. We haven't had any rain in so long. It's so much dust out there. It's just, oh, not good. Not good. Okay. Yeah, here we go. So I'm gonna look at this again and think and decide. So I really like how this tree has a nice white part and like other shades, but this tree really doesn't over here, right? It's a lot more yellow here. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm going back to the tree that I'm not happy with, and I keep adding a little bit more white to the left side of the tree. I really want to see white, nice white trunks. They're super bright. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, much better. Now I would like to add some more white to this one, the number 3. So if you count, it would be 1, 2, 3, and it's the one that goes in front of the number 2. And I want to add some more white to kind of highlight it, that it's on top of the other one, that it's in front of the other one, right? So that it's easier to see, because they kind of blended in almost. Okay. Yeah, I want it a little bit more pronounced. Let's add some more white. So as you see, I'm not blending it in as far anymore. I'm keeping my white closer to the left side, almost like a highlight. Almost. Not quite a highlight, but almost. And the last 2 trees, right? So the last one is in front of this one that's kind of at the angle. So I want the one that's closer to me to be a little bit brighter. I'm going to bring this out. Right, here we go. Okay, All right, so while this is drying, I'm gonna put a shameless plug, as they say. So I don't know if you know, judging from who's with me here, you guys all know that I have level 2, but guys who are would be watching replay maybe do not know that. So I have a level 2 membership on buymeacoffee.com, which is, let me put it on your screen because I would like to invite you there. Here, buymeacoffee.com/Luba Carlson. And in there, so let me find it because I have a whole bunch of stuff in the same book. Okay, so this is going to be the November project. Okay, and then for December, I have this one and this one. Look at those trees, aren't they cute? And I think, yes, and there's going to be one more for December. It's my gift. I usually do in the membership, I teach one a little bit more advanced lesson a month. And right now it's $5 a month to join. And also you have access to all the previous library. There's more than a dozen lessons already in there that you can paint. And yes, and so it's $5 a month. And oh yeah, the price is gonna go up in January to $7 a month. So I just wanted to invite you to join now because it's not gonna change. So like whatever you join with, like whatever cost you pick, like you join with, it stays with you throughout your membership. Okay. All right. Thank you for listening. So I am still with the same small brush. I'm gonna kind of squeeze my bristles together and we're gonna add the black to our trunks. So I'm just loading just the tip of my brush and I'm keeping it as flat as I can. Here, I'm gonna bring this to the camera closer. See, just on the tip. And I try to not follow any kind of rhythmic structure here as I add the black stripes to the trunks. I go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1. You know, like make it random. Try and make it random. So I just go like 1 on the left, 1 on the right, middle, right, right, middle, left, middle. You know, so just kind of boom, something bigger maybe. Just kind of, yeah, don't make them like in any order because your eye will see that and it's not natural. It won't be natural. Not natural for these trees to have any order like that. And so some spots I do like this. So I do the stripe and then I go pat, pat, pat my brush on it. And then you just add it to the very, very end. There you go. And I'm going to do the trunks, the trees that are in front first. Okay. So here's my other tree. Maybe a little bit more distance for some. Just make sure that your angle is still perpendicular to your trunk. Okay, so you kind of bend with that. See how I changed the direction of the stripes or whatever they're called, marks, bark. There we go. Now I'm going to do that one. This one is not very crooked, so it's super easy to just go up and down, add some interesting like that and move, because those, they are really very random. See, they're starting to get shape. They're starting to look nice. If you were worried, okay, next. Okay, so this one is in the front. I have a little bit of wet white here. It's okay. If I do grab it on my brush, I'll just wipe it off on the paper towel. I try not to wash my brush here because I want it to be, I do not want to have any water, extra water on this brush right now. Yeah, look, I was able to just go right past it, almost. Picked up a little bit of white. It's okay, it'll dry. It'll be fine. Okay, it's coming together. It's coming together. Okay, now this trunk, the big one, is behind the small one. So I'm gonna work on the small one first so that I get all my just where I want them. And yeah, I'm turning my brush and finding ways to make some like interesting marks. There we go. Okay, and so now I'm gonna work on the ones that are behind it, now that I have a better understanding where the other trunks are. And just stop and then go back here, find your spots. And I'm really bad when I start doing that because I measure, like it's my like default. I just like, okay, if I put two spots next to each other, the third one's going to be the same difference, at the same distance. Sorry. So I have to be very mindful and try not to do that because it's not, as I told you. Okay. My favorite thing about this kind of painting is that you can do it in any color you like. You can make it in pinks or blues. I have the blues though in the group for sure. If you guys are in the group, there is a free lesson on winter blues, and there's trees that I would do with a palette knife and just blue paint. I think it was phthalo blue. I don't remember. I think it was phthalo blue. It was so much fun to do. Okay, here we go. Okay, so let's rinse this brush, and next we're gonna need the round brush. So let's add a little bit of shading, and we're gonna do that by mixing a tiny, tiny bit of black into the white. So we want super, super light gray. Also, we want it at the consistency of melted ice cream. Okay, I think I want a little bit more black. Here we go. Okay, and If your paint is still wet, which most likely it is, and you are just like me painting on the table, super mindful and not don't put your hand on the paint. So what I do, I take my other hand and place it underneath my arm, and so it gives me the lip. So I'm about this up higher from the painted surface, so I am not moving my arm on that. And so I'm going to use a very light stroke of gray paint and just go on the right side of each trunk. I'm not going to worry about this line to be straight or right or correct. It's just a line that goes around a tree trunk or along a tree trunk. And then I'm going to do the same way to the tree that's in the front. Sounds like someone's waking up. We're expecting a storm, or maybe it's my lucky day and I might finally get some rain so that I'm not miserable with all the dust in my eyes. My nose. Okay? Should I lift this up? Would this be helpful? See that gray line right here. So every tree gets that. It's just that. Just like that. And sometimes it just dries up so fast. So I just have to add some water to it to help it. There we go. Keep your lines organic. Do not worry. Don't try and get them over. Okay? And here also the trees in the front. Just front. So it gets the shaded side first. Okay? And now, thank you, Angie. So kind. And then now I can do the tree that's behind. So here I'm going on the left side again. Go, 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 right until I meet the other gray line and I stop. And that's it. See it right here? Because this tree, the left side, is hiding behind the tree that's in front of it. So you cannot see it, so you cannot finish that line. Okay? Now this tree that's hiding, it's a little bit different. We're gonna do the side, stop, then hop over the tree that's in front of it, then paint this piece over here, right? And then the rest of this tree is also hiding behind the other tree. So I'm just gonna leave it like that. Rinse my brush. Okay, now I'm gonna use this brush and just white paint. And I'm gonna go in some spots, not everywhere, add white highlights to the trunk. I want a lot of paint on that because if I put just a little paint, we know that it's just going to blend in, right? And it's not going to look as white as we want it. So I'm just carefully, and I'm putting my highlights again on the left side only. Hope I've been telling you the correct left and right side because right now I'm thinking, hold on a second. Have I been telling them that? Have I been doing the right thing? I think so. Now, got this, right? Is anybody painting with me? Upside down? What is upside down actually? I'm not upside down. I think so. You could totally turn it upside down, but my trunks some are very heavy on the bottom, so it will show. You will see that this is upside down. I think this one. No, I usually make my trunks a little bit thicker on the bottom, so you can see where the bottom is. Just adding some highlights right in between those black streaks. Is anybody else getting the sound weird? You know what, guys? You might start getting the sound weird because it does look like a storm is rolling in. So I am really trying to finish as fast as I can so we don't lose connection. But I do not want to finish just to finish, you know. I really want you to have a really nice painting to show off. I think this kind of painting makes a great hanging. It's a beautiful, beautiful color, splash of color, you know. It would make any room cheerful and would be nice to have on a maybe super cloudy winter day when it's cold and dreary and not much fun, right? Okay, here we go. You can still hear me? Okay. Okay. Oh, Angie's iPad was upside down. Okay. That happens. All right, let's dry this. This needs to be dry for the next step. So I'm gonna mute so you don't have to listen to the bad sound, okay? All right, hold on. Okay, remember how we did those small branches at in the beginning? We're gonna do a couple more. So we're gonna grab some more of burnt sienna or any brown that you have will work. Anything will work here. And I'm just gonna add a tiny branch coming from one side right across here and one across here, just across the tree. It's okay. There, that's it. And something coming from up here. Just to add a little bit of movement to this. And we're gonna dry again. So am muting myself again. All right, I hope the sound corrected itself. If not, we're almost done. So we will use the small flat brush that we've been using a lot today, and we're just gonna add some leaves right on top of things, okay? So I'm going to use this as a reference so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. I'm just adding some splashes of leaves of color onto the branches that we just put in and the branches that we put in before. A few splashes go right on the trees, so it's all good. It's kind of a good messy forest, okay? So just fill up your brush with your lemon yellow and maybe take some off on the side so that it's not super wet. Wait, I thought you could see what I was doing, so I filled it up and then just take it off on the side. Okay, and just add right on top of these branches. Just go into it. Do not be afraid of it. Just add some more lemon yellow right on top of this. So what is happening here is the magic of contrast. The primary yellow, which is the majority of the color here, is a warm color, and the lemon yellow is a cool color. And so when you add cool color next to warm color, your contrast looks better. You kind of bring the things up for your viewer, for yourself. You're starting to see things a little bit, it's like not as flat. See, just messy, messy, messy. Just add up and done. Add up and done. And done. And you're done. And you can sign it and you can hang it and you can be proud of it because I'm sure it looks beautiful. Catherine, thank you for saying that it's awesome. And you say, hope mine turns out as nice. The trick to this painting is to make sure that one side of the tree has the whites, the other side is shaded, and your black lines, right? Just keep your colors in. It's very messy. You saw how we made it. It's nothing um, very, very hard, right? I hope it's not. I hope, because I do try to pick paintings that would be really beginner friendly, right? But it's not just like I say it's beginner friendly, but they really are. So if you are a beginner, let me know how this went for you. I'm gonna, excuse me. Ah, never get a warning enough to turn off the microphone. I'm sorry about that. So yeah, let me know if you are a beginner. Let me know how this feels. Does this feel beginner friendly, or you think it was a little bit too much, or a whole lot too much? You know? Because I do try to keep them. Thank you. Thank you, Cindy and Angie. Because I do try to keep them under an hour, I mean, under 2 hours, sometimes of an hour and a half to avoid fatigue. And, but I really want you to paint to paint something that you can show off later. Yeah. Okay. So this is how I do mine. I grab a Sharpie or something else, and I just put my name on it. Ta-da! Love it. So sunny. That needs to go on my wall. I love it. Okay. I hope everybody had fun. What am I doing next time? Is it the tea time? I cannot remember. I did not check my calendar. Hold on, let me see real quick so that you know. Yes. So next week on Wednesday, we'll be doing, hold on, let me find it in my book of ideas. As you know, gotta have a whole book and then you can't find anything. Here. Yes. Hi, Linda. Okay. So next Wednesday we're doing this one, and this one comes with a tracer. So if you're in my group, there will be a guide and there will be an image that you can transfer to your canvas so that you can paint this. Okay, so no drawing required. Okay, so I'll see you next week, and I hope you have a good one. You're very welcome, and bye everyone.